Hi YouTube! Today I want to talk about how I got into MIT. And so first I'll talk about what I did in high school. So as soon as I got into high school, I looked to see who my school counselor was. So my school counselor is one of the most important people that helped me get into MIT. She wrote me recommendations, she listened to my personal problems, and she recommended some programs that I applied to, which ultimately all of these helped me get into MIT. And because I talked with her about a lot of my personal stuff, she knew more about me as a person than just a student with a GPA and an SAT score. And so she was able to write a more fulfilling and wholesome recommendation letter for me, and this helped a lot. So another thing I did in high school is I applied for Questbridge. For those of you that don't know what Questbridge is it's on questbridge.org, by the way. Basically what they do, from what I know, is they're like a mediator. We want to get into a top university in America, say Brown or MIT or whatever. They have partner schools, and there's a whole list of them on their website. And basically what they do is they have their own application. It's kind of like basically a college application, except it's not on Common App, and you don't automatically get into colleges just by applying to Questbridge. But if you get into Questbridge and you become a finalist, there are semi-finalists and finalists. If you're a finalist and you apply through Questbridge to one of these partner schools, if you get a finalist position, then Questbridge basically tries to sell you to a university. And they say, hey, look, this student is great, and you should accept this student because we accepted them first. And basically Questbridge finalist is like a really big title that you can put on your college application and say, hey, this person is a Questbridge finalist. That must mean that since Questbridge approved them, they're already a really good student. And Questbridge lets you go through the whole college application process early. So you have to, if you become a finalist, then you have to send in the college application to the schools on November 1st. And so it's really early, which is why I'm filming this video very early in August, is because I want you guys to prepare yourselves for all the work that's coming this semester. And please, please, please submit all of your applications by November 1st. All your financial applications, your college application, your Common App, everything. Try to get it done as soon as possible so that you're not wasting your time at the end of the year in December and you're trying to cram everything into this all at once. I actually took my SAT 3 times, and I took them very early. I took them in sophomore year and junior year, and once in sophomore year and twice in junior year, and that was it. I did not do anything in my senior year because that was when I was supposed to really get into the college application essays and my recommendations and all that, so I did not want SAT to be in that list. Finalists can rank the partner schools on Questbridge. They rank the partner schools that they want to go to, and some of them are binding, some of them are not, so you have to do your research on them. MIT is not binding. What binding means is if it's a binding college and I ranked one of these colleges in my list and I didn't get into my first one, I didn't get into my second one, but I got into my third one, and my third college is binding, that means you have to go to that college. It's legally binding. So know before you rank them. So if you're a finalist in Questbridge and you don't get into the school through the national college match, the national college match is the whole ranking thing that I just talked about. If you don't get into any of your schools on your list through the national college match, then your application rolls over to the regular application pool of the colleges, which means that if you're applying to MIT and you got accepted into Questbridge and you're a finalist, then submitted all your documents by November 1st and you didn't get in through the National College Match, that means your application is automatically already in the regular application pool of their college of MIT. So you don't have to redo your application, you don't have to apply to MIT through their portal, because Questbridge is going to literally take the application that you just submitted to Questbridge onto the MIT platform, and MIT only sees that. So if you're a Questbridge finalist, then you're in luck. You don't have to go through all of the college application process, the separate one that MIT has. MIT has their own separate portal. They don't use Common App, so they have way more questions than any other college that I've actually applied to. Apply for Questbridge. Questbridge is a godsend gift. And even if you don't get into Questbridge, don't be too harsh on yourself. Not that many people get into Questbridge, and not that many people become finalists. And certainly, there is a very rare chance that you're going to be matched through the college match process. So don't be disappointed in yourself if you don't get in through that. I was super disappointed when I was not matched through Questbridge, but if you're a finalist, then it doesn't matter, because if you get into one of the partner schools, then you're already a Questbridge alum, and you become a Questbridge partner. Another thing that I applied for is MITES. MITES is MITES. It is an MIT summer program for junior students going on to senior year, and if you get into MITES, you go to MIT and stay there for 6 weeks with like 70, 80 other people, and I think they changed it actually. I think it's 90 people now. So like 89 other people, and you go there and everything is free, paid for. They even give you a stipend so that you can buy your own food every week. And you take classes just like a normal college student, except it's in a smaller scale. So there are legitimate professors and graduate students teaching the classes, and there are events that happen, and just a whole bunch of stuff that is specifically for MITES. MITES is actually one of the programs that MIT has. There's also, I'll link them all down below in the description box, don't worry. But MIT has a whole bunch of summer programs, or like just year-round programs that you can do as a high schooler. I think one of them is Moss Tech, which is one step down from MITES. You don't actually go to MIT and like take classes there, but I think it's like on the weekends or something through an online website. Anyway, so apply for MIT programs. Apply for MITES, apply for any of those programs. You have a much higher chance of getting to MIT if you apply for one of their programs and you go to that program, because it shows MIT that you're already getting adjusted to the MIT lifestyle. I'm going to read my specs from high school, which is kind of embarrassing because I'm already, going on to my sophomore year at MIT, and I don't even remember what I did in high school, honestly, so I have to look back on all my documents from back in high school. But my GPA was a 4.0 out of 4.0, unweighted, and weighted it was 4.243 or something like that out of 5. That's because I took a handful of AP classes. I took, I think, 9 total. I took 1 in sophomore year, AP World History, and 4 in my junior year, and 4 in my senior year. And so it was 9 total, and that really bumped up my GPA. And I always got straight A's, and so I did not get any B's or C's or anything, which is an accomplishment, I acknowledge that. But even if you don't get all straight A's throughout your entire high school career, do not worry. There are plenty of people who got B's and C's that do get into MIT. Just know that your chances are slightly lower than those who have a 4.0 GPA. My SAT score was, this was back when SAT was out of a 2400 total scale, I got a 2,220, so 2220. I got 730 on writing, 720 on reading, and 770 on math. Yeah. So not perfect, but a little close. You don't have to get, a 2400 out of 2400 to get into MIT. Apparently my score was enough to tell them, hey, this person is smart enough, or like this person is intelligent enough to actually get a high score on a test. That's all they want to see. And SAT scores don't matter that much in the college application process. It's just one element out of all of these other things that they look at. Also in high school, I started a club in my high school called the Asian Cultural Club with a friend of mine, and we hosted events and participated in the school activities as a club since my sophomore year of high school. So we did it for 3 years, and we basically just asked the principal, hey, can we do this event on this day and throw this kind of party or like this kind of festival or whatever related to Asian culture. And once we got that approved, it was streamlined, just do the event and everything. We did decorations and food and music and dances and all that. So yeah. So even if you're not in a whole list of clubs and activities, you still have a chance at getting into MIT, because they want to see if you're taking on the responsibility of pursuing your interests. You want to show them that you're really doing something about your hobbies. Like, I played the piano since I was 7 years old, and I got a scholarship from a local college since my middle school years, and that's not where it ended. Because if I just said, I took private lessons for 10 years, they're just going to be like, okay, so what'd you do about it? What did you do about it? Well, I used my piano skills for churches because my father is a missionary and we live in Arizona. So I followed my family to church every Sunday morning to the Navajo reservation and played the piano there. And in the evening on Sundays, I would play the piano for a Korean church. And I put that on my college application because that was a really big part of my life, and that was actually volunteer work as people see it. Although for me it was more of an obligation, like a family obligation. I put that in as a volunteer work because that's what it was. I had the choice and I did it for the betterment of my community, and that's apparently that they found that impressive or like memorable or something, that I played the piano for 2 churches every Sunday. On to my essay. I'm going to read you my Questbridge application essay that got me into MIT.